Hi everybody, this is Ani. Uh, my talk is just going to be of this interesting offline first use case that I just realized while I was talking to Jonah yesterday. So I'm from Chennai, India. So there was this flood last year, which lasted like for a week, 6 weeks, and so the whole city completely shut down for a week. A little background on what happened is usually it never rains in Chennai that much. If it rains like really heavily, rains like 1 or 2 days. So raining that heavily for 6 days was once in a lifetime kind of thing that happened here. And the city's drainage just couldn't take it. They had to open the lakes, and so the whole water came in, and people just couldn't do anything about it. So and since this was a once in a lifetime event, a lot of the marshlands were actually, people built houses there and all, so those were just totally gone. There were areas that they were never supposed to build anything. Yeah, one thing ironic was like there was the Indian Institute of Ocean Technology that was there, built on a marshland, and that got flooded, and terrible things happened. But what is interesting is how social media technology and apps really impacted and almost was a case of survival of many of the people there. So, and it's the biggest impact that I have seen so far. And because this 2 weeks, I was in Boston during my midterms. I didn't hear from my parents for 2 days. I sent them a call, I sent them a text, a FB message, Hangout message, everything. So eventually, luckily the area that my parents lived in was like, it didn't get affected that much, but you couldn't walk out to the streets because there was still water, and sometimes there are electrical wires lying around, so it's just best not to walk. Luckily we had like an SUV, so my dad had to go drive 2 kilometers from the road to actually just get a Wi-Fi signal and just send me a message that everything's okay here, you don't need to worry. Where they were safe, but still no one knew whether they were safe or not. It's like a Schrodinger's cat thing. So what happened was in social media, actually the government support wasn't that fast enough, or wasn't. It was good, but it wasn't fast enough. So a lot of people actually a lot of celebrities, to be honest, actually took up the social media, started sending messages out. They gathered and collected information of people who are in safe areas but are willing to call other people and stay at their place, are willing to help with relief measures. So there was a lot of relay of information that was going around, and believe it or not, there was no cell phone. There was no phone connectivity, but the Wi-Fi was working in most places. And so one thing what everybody spread through social media, whoever could get it, is that to keep your Wi-Fi free and open for everybody. So eventually everyone was connected to a mesh network, a mesh network, and yeah, that was very helpful. And a lot of small things that so people could, there was relay of information about where those people are, like this area. Okay, there's this guy's house at this place. He has room enough for that many people. He has supplies. You could contact him. These are the regions that if you're trying to move out of your house because it's flooded, don't go there. These are the routes that are okay. This is the weather that's going to be for the next few days, and a lot of different things. Two interesting things that took over is usually communication in that part of it is usually by text, or I don't know if you guys know WhatsApp. So mostly people use WhatsApp. It's probably the highest text message thing in India at least. So it was mostly through WhatsApp. And one more thing started is this Fire Chat. So a lot of people started using Fire Chat. Fire Chat actually uses doesn't use mobile, and it uses mobile and web if it's there. If not, it uses Wi-Fi, or you just need to have like a Bluetooth range of just someone else who has Fire Chat too. So that was one thing that helped. And another thing is funny thing, no, not so funny, but yeah. There's this company called Ola, which is like an upcoming Indian rival to Uber and Lyft. What they did was they got into touch with the local fishermen, and everyone has like a Ola app, right? So we have this thing called, when you go on an Ola app, you have a taxi, you have like a SUV, and you have an auto, which is like a tuk-tuk kind of thing. And when the floods came out, they got in the boat option. Yeah.
Wow.
So they contracted with, so people could actually, if something happened, they could actually contact a boat, and the Ola service would come and pick them up and stuff like that. So yeah, and then again, yeah, so it's just that listening to the case study, just so many things pop up that, you know, that offline apps could probably integrate in terms of such a calamity. Like probably the theme that probably Heidi was discussing, that in case of natural calamity, could there be just one app that does everything, or just make sure all the apps are capable of doing these services in such a situation? And yeah, that's about it. Just want to share that.
Awesome.
Thank you.